Eyal Shani is a true superstar chef in his native Israel and a regular judge on the country's version of MasterChef. He's turned his casual pita restaurant, Miznon, into a global phenomenon with locations in Tel Aviv, Paris, Vienna, Melbourne, and 2 in New York City. In April, Shani opened up a second location of his high-end eatery, HaSalon, here in the city as well, after the restaurant revolutionized the dining scene in Tel Aviv. I sat down with him to get a taste of the self-taught cook's fascinating approach to dining.
This restaurant is based on the same one you have in Tel Aviv.
Yes.
Where did the idea come from for that first restaurant?
There was no idea. I have no idea. I have no concepts. I hate concepts. Because concepts is to look from above and to try to find a system that will succeed. It's a kind of manipulation. I don't like it.
It is that philosophy which might help explain the transformation of Eyal Shani's restaurant, HaSalon, over the course of an evening. When somebody comes in here to dine, what do you hope they experience or walk away with?
I hope a very specific thing, that their life will be changed forever.
From a meal?
From a meal. It's not logic to believe in that, but I cannot stop believing that.
The early seating has the trappings of a traditional restaurant, but the late seating morphs into this. A feast for all the senses. Shani brought the jamboree with him from Tel Aviv, but after years of shaking up the restaurant scene in his homeland, Shani says he was looking for new sources of inspiration.
I came to New York because I saw and I understood everybody that is living in the world is dreaming about that city. That's a huge thing.
Put it in a diaper.
Shani started with Israeli street food. Early last year, he opened Miznon in New York's Chelsea Market. Shani says the pita is one of the best translators of a city's atmosphere.
I mean, I can take the main elements of the city and translate them into a food that in the end entering into a pita. When I first came to New York, I asked to myself, what is the sandwich of that city? And then I asked somebody, one of my suppliers, and he said to me, it's the burger. What do you say? I say, of course, it's the burger. So I understood that I have to make a new burger for that city.
Shani sears his burger on one side with cheese. He then folds it, which traps the steam and crisps the cheddar. Finally, the burger is put inside a pita with aioli, sour cream, peppers, tomato, and pickles.
I'm making a fool of myself eating this because that's how good it is.
Oh, that's great. So we should shut down the cameras and the light and we should give her the pleasure.
My co-hosts are going to hate me because they don't get one.
Miznon is also known for breathing life into a veggie long thought of as bland, the roasted cauliflower.
How many flowers do we have in one cauliflower?
10?
One. That is the flower and that is the leaves around the seeds. So in all the history of the gastronomy, chefs used to break it. When I understood that there is just one flower, I decided not to break the flower. You should feel the spirit.
Right.
So it's the whole flower for you.
Oh my God.
Yeah, with your hands now to break it. It's melting.
It melts in your mouth.
Yeah.
Shani's secret? Actually believing that each ingredient is a living creature with its own will, and then developing an almost metaphysical connection to it.
The question, is tomato is a tomato? The answer will always be no. It's not a tomato. It's something else. If it's something else, what it is? That is the journey of a cook. What is a tomato? What is a carrot? Why they are different? What does they want? Butter with tomato seeds, it's the best composition in the world.
Shani doesn't just bring his own take on the food and atmosphere in his restaurants. You see his philosophy in how they're run. Take HaSalon, which is only open 3 nights a week. How can that even work as a business model?
It's a $1 million question.
Maybe literally, right? Shani says most businesses only make money a few days a week anyway. And after 3 nights that go into the wee hours, he and the staff have nothing left to give.
It's almost impossible. It has to be a miracle, and that miracle has to be on each dish. To do it every day, 7 days or 6 days a week, and to be real authentic to your creation, it's a big lie. You cannot do it. You have to refresh your soul before you are doing it. You have to be starved to do it.
It almost seems as if Eyal Shani wants to feed your soul with each bite.
I cannot change your life. I can change one moment. I can give you an experience that will shock you. In this way, your life will change. And in the end, people are climbing the tables and become too dance.
Literally, when it comes
Yeah, literally, yeah. It's always happened like that.
I want to go.
Oh, yeah. I love this man. And he just has
could
this
listen to him all
philosophy
day.
forever.
Oh,
Right.
man.
Tomatoes.
There's
Yeah.
something mysterious about it. Just
Yeah, he allows the food to speak for itself instead of trying to take over. You can't always make a tomato the same way. You have to feel what that tomato wants to be, if I understood him correctly, at least, I think.
I think you.
we don't hate you because you had the burger, like you said there. We hate that you had that experience.
We're all going. Trust me,
Yes,
that
we'll go.
burger.
That burger was awesome.
I have a single date in mind.